In the next two lessons, we're just going to do a lot more problems where we're solving equations, and we will use both properties. By both properties, I mean the addition property of equality and the multiplication property of equality. And I thought that it would be good, since we just finished that last lesson, that I write down the steps for solving the equations. And we're going to use these for the rest of the semester. Now, step number one, we're not going to need right now. That's actually in chapter 4, because it starts out saying if there are fractions. We're not going to have any fractions right now. Okay, so we're actually going to start right here, and these are our steps. You might want to take time to, if you need to, pause this video and write these down. You're going to simplify the left side, simplify the right side if possible. Remember, you've got an expression on the left, expression on the right. You're going to simplify if you can. And what does it mean to simplify? Distributive property and combine like terms. The next thing I do is ask myself a question. Are there variables on both sides? Because I want my variable to be all alone on one side. And if the answer is yes, you're going to use either addition or subtraction to eliminate the smaller one. Now remember that that is an option. You don't have to always eliminate the smaller one, but usually we do. Then you're going to focus on the side that does have the variable left. If there is a constant, that's just a plain old number, added or subtracted from the variable, you're going to use addition to isolate the variable term. I'll talk about that in our examples. Finally, you're going to divide both sides by the coefficient of the variable. All right, so just as an example, if I had 2x plus 5 is equal to 9, that would be my constant, and the 2 is my coefficient. Okay, so let's refer to these steps over and over as we solve equations. Number 1, I have 8x minus 8 is equal to 0. I'm going to say every step. Can I simplify on the left-hand side? No. Those aren't like terms. There's no distributive property. Can I simplify on the right-hand side? No. Do I have x's on both sides? Nope. So let's focus on the side that has the variable. Okay, there are two numbers there, and I don't want either one of them there. So which one do I take care of first? I always take care of the constant, the number added or subtracted first. There is a subtracted 8. The inverse of subtraction is addition. So I'm using my shortcut notation. Going to add 8, which means I have to add 8 to the right-hand side. That gives me, bring down 8x, negative 8, positive 8, those cancel out, bring down the equal sign, 0 plus 8 is 8. Now, is it just x? Not in this problem, and this is a little bit new. We've used the addition property of equality, but now there's something multiplied by x. When it has multiplication, you're going to use division. You're going to divide by the coefficient. Divide by 8. Don't change its sign, just divide by it. 8 divided by 8 gives you implied 1x is equal to 1, or x is 1. I used many properties to solve that. Let's look at problem number 2. I have 5n plus 25 is equal to 30. I want you to get so familiar with these steps that you hear them in your head. Step 1, can you simplify the left-hand side? Nope. Can you simplify the right-hand side? No. Step number 2, there's an n term on the left. Is there an n term on the right? No. So let's focus over here. This side is going to tell us what to do. If there is a constant, you get rid of it next. All right, there's a plus 25, which means I will subtract 25. And if I do it to the left, I do it to the right. There's my shortcut notation. That means bring down the 5 in. Those cancel, equals 30 and a minus 25 gives me 5. Look, is n by itself yet? Not yet. 5 is a coefficient. It's multiplied by n. So I'm going to divide by 5. You don't change the sign, you're changing the operation. Those divide out, and you have n is equal to 1. I think I've gotten that answer twice. All right, let's look at number 3. I have negative 7 is equal to 3x minus 1. Can I simplify on the left? No. Can I simplify on the right? No. Do I have x's on both sides of the equal sign? Nope, just over here. Then look over on the right-hand side, and this will tell us what to do. Is there a constant to get rid of? Because remember, my goal is to get x by itself. Yes, there's a minus 1. What's the inverse of that? Add 1. Negative 7 plus 1, using the addition rules. Negative 7, positive 1, subtract, keep the sign of the big one for negative 6. Bring down the 3x, and the 1's were inverses, opposites. Still looking on this right-hand side, I want x by itself. 3 is what we call the coefficient. It's times the x. So I'm going to divide by 3. If I do it here, I do it here. Please notice I did not divide by 3x. I divided by 3. So the 3's divide out, leaving me with x. Negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. I use my division rules for signs. Number 4. I have 5 parentheses, 5y minus 2 is equal to 20y. There's my barrier. Step 1, simplifying. If I could just cover up this right-hand side and just look at the left, I would. All right, so over here on the left, I can simplify by using the distributive property. 5 times 5y is 25y. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. I've not changed the value over here. I just cleaned it up, simplified it. Nothing I can do on the right-hand side. Now, do I have variables on both sides? Oh, the answer is yes. Now, different people might approach the rest of this problem differently. I'm going to try to be consistent with what I've been saying. And what I've been saying is, if there are variables on both sides, then I will eliminate the smaller one. In this problem, some of you might see that actually adds a step to what we're going to do. I still like the consistency of it. It's a positive 20y, so I'm going to subtract 20y. I have 25y minus 20y gives me 5y. Nothing has happened to that minus 10, so bring it down. Equal sign, now this is what is bothersome to some people. 20y minus 20y is 0. There's nothing else over there. So now that I have all my variables together, on one side I need to get the y by itself. Is there a constant? Yes. Minus 10, so I will add 10. Add 10. That leaves me with 5y. 10's have canceled out, equal sign 10. 5 is the coefficient of the variable, so I will divide by it, and y is equal to 2. Okay, I want to go back for just a minute, going back over here to our rules. Simplify the left, simplify the right. Ask if there are variables on both sides, get rid of the smaller. Getting rid of the smaller one is optional. Focus on the variable side. If there's a constant, get rid of it. That's like a constant. If there is a coefficient other than 1, divide by it last. All right, number 5. You may not need to see all of these examples, and I think I've said that before, but I would rather you have too many than too few. Step 1. can you simplify? On the left side, yes, I can use the distributive property. 12 times x is 12x. 12 times negative 6 is negative 72. Are those like terms? No. Then I'm through simplifying on the left. On the right, not distributive property, but those are like terms. Now, this is, take you back in your mind, using the addition rules to combine like terms, it's like there's a little baby plus sign between them. A positive 7 and, a negative 7 and a negative 5 add together for negative 12. You're still welcome if you want to do keep, change, change. And either way, you end up with a negative 7 and a negative 5. All right. Now, are there x's on both sides? No. Then your attention must be focused to the side that does have the x. You're working to get it by itself. Is there a constant to get rid of? Yes. There's a minus 72, so I will add 72. Bring down the 12x. Those are gone. Equal sign, negative 12 and positive 72 gives you 60 because you're going to subtract and keep the sign of the big one. 12 is the coefficient of the variable, so I'm going to divide by 12, divide by 12. Those divide out, and I get x is 5. Okay, number 6. I have negative 7, parentheses, x plus 3, close, minus 15 is equal to 11 plus 2. What gets more complicated about your problems is that there's more simplifying to do. On the left, can I just simplify this expression? Yes. Just, whoa, wrong color. Distributive property. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. Negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. Write down the minus 15. Now, I'm just going to finish simplifying the left-hand side for just a minute. I have a constant and another constant. They're both negatives. So I'm going to keep the negative 7x, negative and negative, add them up for negative 36. It took me 2 steps to simplify. Now on the right-hand side, it's only going to take me 1 step. 11 plus 2 is 13. So I copy down the 13 for both lines. Do I have variables on both sides? Is there x here and x here? Nope, just over here. So this is where my focus is. Is there a constant to get rid of? Yes. I'm going to add 36, add 36. That leaves you with a negative 7x is equal to 49. What do we call that negative 7 that's with the x? It's the coefficient. It's multiplied by x, so we're going to divide by it. That gives me x is equal to positive 49 divided by negative 7 is negative 7. Now that's about as complicated as our problems are going to get in this whole course. Let's look at number 7. I have y minus 24 is equal to 5y. Is there anything I can do to simplify? And the answer is no. I can't simplify the left. I can't simplify the right. Do I have variables on both sides? Yes. The coefficient here, this is 1y, this is 5y. Well, if I follow my own personal rule of getting rid of the smaller variable, then I'll subtract 1y. You don't have to write that 1, but I did. Subtract 1y. It's gone from the left, leaving you with merely negative 24. Don't forget the sign. And then 5y minus 1y is 4y. Focusing on this variable side now. Is there a constant added or subtracted? No. What do we call 4? It's being multiplied by y, so it's the coefficient. We'll divide by it and divide over here by it. That gives me negative 6 is equal to y. Right, number 8. I have 18 minus 48 is equal to 6 times x minus 1 minus 6. All right, can I simplify on the left-hand side? Yes. You can think of this as a positive 18 and a negative 48. You're going to combine them using the addition rules when one's positive and one's negative. And this is positive because there's no sign in front of it. You're going to subtract and keep the sign of the larger. That's going to give you negative 30. Okay, I've simplified on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, can I simplify? Yes. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. Bring down the negative 6. Can I simplify more on the right-hand side? Yes. I have like terms. Keep the 6x. A negative and a negative, remember, it's as if you're adding them for negative 12. Nothing changed on the left. So the left-hand side took me 1 step to simplify. The right-hand side took me 2 steps to simplify. Do I have x's on both sides? No. So I will focus on this right-hand side. Is there a constant to get rid of? Yes, there's a minus 12, so you're going to add 12. Add 12. Negative 30 and positive 12 gives me negative 18 is equal to 6x. What do we call the 6? It's a coefficient, and we divide by it. We do that always last if it needs to be done. Negative 18 divided by 6 is negative 3 is equal to x. Okay, we're getting close to the end. I think we have several more problems. Maybe we won't do them all. Let's skip to number 10. We have 9x is equal to 3 parentheses 8x plus 25. All right. Can I simplify on the left side? No. So just copy down the 9x. Can I simplify on the right side? Yes. Distributive property. 3 times 8x is 24x. 3 times 25 is 75. Now, simplifying's done. Do I have x's on both sides? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and follow my rule. This is not a rule of algebra. This is just my rule. When there are x's on both sides and you're left with the decision, which one do I want to get rid of, you can always just get rid of the smaller one. What that does is it leaves you with a positive coefficient. So I'll subtract 9x, subtract 9x. Don't be disturbed if once in a while that leaves you a side of the equation with 0. That's okay. 25x minus 9x gives me 15x plus 75. Increase my barrier a little. Now, variables have ended up over here on the right-hand side, so I need to get it by itself. I'm going to get rid of the constant. I'm going to subtract 75, subtract 75. That gives me negative 75. Whoops, I don't do that in red. Negative 75 is equal to 15x, and those canceled out. 15 is the coefficient. Divide by 15, divide by 15. That's going to give me negative 5. My goodness, I did it again. I keep forgetting to change colors. Negative 5 is equal to x. Now I do want to show you something. I want to go back to the problem right here, where I have 9x is equal to 24x plus 75. I've said many times that when you have variables on both sides, it's a choice which one you want to get rid of. If you wanted to get rid of the bigger one, you could subtract 24x, subtract 24x. That would give you, the signs are a little different. That would give you negative 15x is equal to 75. Now I don't have a constant over here. All I have is a coefficient. So I'll divide by negative 15, divide by negative 15, and x is still equal to negative 5. It's one step shorter when you do it that way. Some people really prefer this because it always gives you a positive variable term. Some people do it this way because they like to get the variables on one side and the constants on the other faster. So either way is okay. Oops. Can't seem to get down there. All right, number 11. This is a rather long video, and I'm sorry about that. I've said you might not need everything in this video, but I wanted you to have plenty of examples. All right, simplifying. Can you simplify on the left? Yes. I don't have distributive property, but I do have like terms. They're a little bit separated, but it's 25x and negative 28x, which gives me negative 3x. I still have a plus 8 is equal to. All right, I've simplified there. Now, I have a positive 4 and a negative 8. Using the addition rules, that gives me negative 4. Do I have variables on both sides? No, just over here. So let's get rid of that constant. I will subtract 8 from both sides. That gives me negative 3x, gone, is equal to, now that's a negative and another negative. You're using the addition rules for negative 12. You're going to divide by the coefficient, which is negative 3. And x is negative divided by negative is positive 4. Okay, one last problem. I have negative 5, parentheses, x plus 2 minus 42 is equal to 6 minus 18. Can I simplify on the left? Yes. First, I can use the distributive property. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10 minus 42. Before I move to the right-hand side, is there more I can do to simplify? Yes. These are like terms. They're both negatives. I have negative 5x, negative 10, negative 42. I'm going to add them for negative 52. So it took me 2 steps to simplify the expression on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, I have a positive 6 and a negative 18. Subtract, keep the sign of the big one, negative 12. Now I don't have variables on both sides, so I'll just focus over here. I'm going to add 52, the opposite of the constant. That leaves you with negative 5x is equal to 1 negative, 1 positive, subtract, keeping the sign of the big one, positive 40. Final step, divide by the coefficient. X is equal to negative 8. All right, that was a lot of problems. That was a long video, but I hope that helps you with solving equations.